Hello and welcome back. I'm Jules. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's a little bit later of a video that I'm putting out, but I had to go to an earlier in the day kind of birthday party for some sweet 16 twins that I've known since they were before they were born. And so we did that, and then I had to drop the hubs off at the airport. It's going to be gone for a couple of days. So instead of like rushing together a super short video this morning and have it be kind of rushed, I thought, oh, I'll just wait till I get home and just kind of relax and do my thing. So anyway, so exciting news in my world of cross stitch. For one, I actually did some cross stitching this week, but the only project that I stitched on was Old World Map 2. For those of you who don't know, Old World Map 2 is what I call my lifetime cross stitch project I've had for 7 years or so, and it's gone through a couple different iterations. And but it's been the bane of my goal setting every year is to say I want to do this and this and this on Old World Map 2. Well, finally I got something. I'm going to show you guys this part first. So the big deal that happened yesterday was I finally got extended my stitching over to the end of that first top row. So I just want to show you guys. I still have it in the hoop because well, you know what? Let me take it out of the hoop because honestly, I need to get some other stuff done elsewhere on this thing. I am going to stitch on it later tonight. But I was so excited last night. I was just so excited. And I have space. I have space on the end. Not a lot, but I have some. So you can see this is like the colors don't look great because of the lighting that I have, but man, it just really doesn't. It washes it out, doesn't it? Let me try slightly different angle. It's probably still going to look like this, but so you can see sort of where I stop doing all the full stitching, and I just extended this top part across. So this is where the top part ends. So that is definitely where, and I was always worried that it was going to be off that. You can see, and it's not like I necessarily didn't give myself enough room because this is the other side, but so it should make this my thumbnail if I can get, come on, fabric. Anyway, now that I'm just goofing around. So anyway, so I got that much to work on. So I was super excited. I was going to show you the thing on Pattern Keeper, but right as I started to try to get this thing up and running, the tablet kind of conked out on me. So I'm just going to let that charge up fully and get back to running. So, but super excited. Hopefully this gives me more incentive to kind of keep stitching on it. And I don't know if I'll be able to finish the first row by the end of the year, but the fact that I'm I'm all the way over, I think is fantastic. So I'm going to try and do a method of, now that I've gotten most of it in, I'm trying to do most of a method where I take like one color and try and stitch across whatever, across like 100. Well, hold on, it's easier for me to show. Hey, Bay, what you doing, Bailey? Let's see. So, like if I have a certain yellow or whatever I have here, I can just kind of put it in different spots because I conceivably could go in there and with gridding, go ahead and poke it right in there, poke or pop it right in there. So anyway, but that's the goal, and that's what I want to, that's what I want to keep working on. But I definitely feel like I've sort of turned a corner. We'll see. We'll see how well it continues. With the husband gone, I do plan on focusing on the business side of stuff and probably doing some more designs, but definitely the business side of stuff. Let me show you guys my two new designs that I did this week. They're both black and white, and they're both kind of biggish. They are biggish. They're both like about 330 by 420 or something like that, like a lot of stitching. So the first one I did was this Asian dragon boat, which I love. I mean, I love all my designs, honestly. Like, I wouldn't do them if I didn't love them. But there's that one, which I just really like that. I almost wonder that one would be good like on a light green, like a light. I'm trying to think of like what color green that is, or even a light pink or something like that. I think that would look good, or something even was multicolored, maybe blended in there. And some dyed fabric, some pretty colors. So there's Dragon Boat. And then I call this one, it doesn't have a great name. None of my stuff really ever has a great name, but my Greek Side Street. So this one is another building kind of facade that I do a lot of different architecture type things because I think it just, the black and white monochrome technique just screams this kind of thing. And so if this is something that you guys like, this one has a lot more stitches. It's about 35,000. Dragon Boat had about 20. And so, but it's a fair bit of stitching, but when you're done, you're going to have a piece of art on your hands there. So, so yeah, so I saw those. The black and white ones are the ones that I kind of gravitate towards most, but you guys know that if you've been around for a while. So what else is going on? Okay, so I got that stuff done. I actually was over at, so the birthday party we were at, some old friends that I've had for 20 years or whatnot, that I didn't realize that some of them were like bigger cross stitchers. How do I not know these things? But they were talking about how they'd submitted some of their stuff into the fairs, the local fairs and whatnot. And I'm like, that's fantastic. And I got to get my designs into these people so they can start stitching stuff. If you live near Douglas, Wyoming, I have some friends that live up in Douglas, Wyoming. And I guess the big state fair or county fair or something along those lines. And there's a whole big thing with stitching, fiber arts and things like that. So I really need to get my... get some flyers out so people can kind of, because apparently my friends are in like different stitching clubs and stuff, and I'm how do I not know this? And so so anyway, so get some flyers out and try and get some more people to try me out and to try out some of my designs. So apparently I have a design that one of my friends is convinced that her daughter is the subject because it really does. It looks just like her daughter. And so we're gonna send that one along to her for stitching and see how well she likes that. But it was just a fun day. I got to see a lot of cross stitch, talk about it. And so it kind of got me all jazzed up to, think about that and to do that stuff. So, the other thing I've been doing this week is looking into trying to just make the website click a little better, make the business click a little better. Think about the things that hang me up. If you watch my channel for any length of time, you know how I get excited about something and then I kind of falls away, get excited and fall away, that kind of thing. I'm back and forth. It's the ADHD thing that I got going on. And now that I've recognized that, I can go back and look at things that before I had said, well, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to do that again, and think about, well, why? Like, what made me not do those things? And specifically, the one thing that I have said, I don't really want to do so much of anymore is working with stores, printing out physical patterns. And I'm like, my patterns are great. My patterns are great. You guys know that. My patterns are great. I understand that. And but I don't feel like my packaging is it's my cover pages. So, where this is great, but it's like, it's not as eye-catching, eye-grabbing, I don't know. It's just, what I need is, I think I would feel great if I could actually have a cover page that was not mostly white paper, that I could then put the cross stitch on and then, I think that would, have the pattern itself on there. I think that would be good. So I'm starting to think more about that. I'm starting to think about, well, how can I actually print out my smaller patterns, maybe in a form, like in a booklet or some kind of folding card or something along those lines. So I'm starting to kind of get into that and think about that. I've just had some, I'm not good at it, so I've had some kind of anxieties along those lines. And like I said, you guys, if you've been around for a while, you know that. You don't have to go very far back in my past to find those videos. But, the bottom line is that I feel like cross stitch is not just a hobby for me. Cross stitch is a means of expression. Cross stitch is a means of doing something that I love and producing something that I would love even more. Speaking of which, I got the cowboy back here, the monochrome cowboy, as well as the monochrome Eiffel Tower. These are cross stitch. So using just black thread. I specifically use DMC 310 on white Ada, and then this is more of a butterscotch type 25 count hand dyed linen. And so, I think that there's so much more to the hobby than just what's been out there before. And I think that there is a level of, how do I say this? Like, there needs to be like another area of interest, another way that people can come in and create crafts and arts and things they love in a format that they maybe never thought of before, like cross stitch. Because I think cross stitch is vastly underrated in terms of just how honestly like easy it can be. You're talking, I only do one stitch. I'll do the full cross stitch, or sometimes I won't even do a full cross stitch. I'll do the half stitch. But it's doesn't have to be very complicated, and it can be something that can become a true passion for people. So I just, it's kind of been pushing me along, like, come on, get your stuff out there, get your stuff out there. So I'm working on it. It's a mental health kind of a thing. But the other thing I started doing, and couldn't quite get this to work out. So hopefully this weekend, now that I have some time, and now that Hubs, love you, babe, love you so much. However, when he's here, I sometimes cannot focus because we talk back and forth all the time. So with him gone, I might be able to focus and actually get a Printful store hooked up with my website, because I've come up with some really cool t-shirt design ideas. I used to have t-shirt stuff all the time, but I think that I used to have t-shirt stuff on my videos all the time, and I had like a bunch of t-shirts a long time ago, and I don't know why well, there are a lot of things going on why I think I eventually got rid of them. But anyway, some nicer shirts, some shirts that are funny, maybe a bit more profound, but stuff that I don't see, stuff that I haven't seen when I've been looking for shirts and stuff. So I'm hoping that I can have that. I already have like 4 or 5 of them designed, but I had to take them off the store because I could not get the fulfillment part of Printful to work with my Shopify store, so or even the Etsy store. So so that's one thing that I'm going to be working on today, tomorrow. Hopefully, just that's my goal. Honestly, my goal would be to get all that ironed out. The other thing that I could do when I was going through all that is I have this big old printer, and in the past when I've done my physical patterns, I've just printed out patterns here, and and I ship them off to people. The problem with that is that ink is expensive. Ink is expensive, and to print them out in the quality that I want to, like, it's time consuming, it costs a fair bit, and I really just need to sort of make copies rather than print stuff out, in a sense, something along those lines. But like literally I could have like a master copy of every pattern I have, and then just go make copies whenever I need to, and I can use whatever paper that I find appropriate or whatnot. But go do all that, and then I can assemble everything here and then ship it out. So I just been thinking about a lot of different things. It's been a weird summer. It's been a weird summer, working Monday through Friday, even though I get home by 3, which is fantastic. We've fallen into this like routine where I just am not like as motivated to do things sometimes when I get home, because I'm usually pretty tired. But I am starting to feel a little bit more of the other night I was like, ideas were just flowing and everything was coming. I'm like, holy cow, I feel like I'm coming back. So hopefully with football returning, it'll make me feel a bit more like myself, and I can get more of this stuff done. But if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them here. I plan on leaning again pretty heavily on my Patreon crew. If you guys don't know, I have a Patreon. Patreon is a way to sort of provide like a private behind the scenes look for folks who subscribe. And so, I mean, I think it's like $3 is the lowest subscription. You can actually see all my designs before I release them. I do some stuff, my personal life on there. But to me, the most valuable stuff for me is when I reach out and I say, hey guys, what do you think of this look or that look? And I'm going to definitely lean on those guys now to say, what do you think about this for a cover page template? And what do you think about this for a t-shirt or whatnot. And so I just need to get, that going. But there are other levels where you can get like a $7 level, whatever, and you can get access to all that plus a pattern of your choice for that month. I don't push Patreon very much, but it is really nice. It's nice to have my own little private community of folks that I can just kind of talk to, and they just, give me encouragement or suggestions, things like that, reinforcement, or hey, maybe think about this. And so, anyway, Patreon's a good thing. The link is down below if you want to check it out. Maybe join up. So I've got a lot of things on the plate. And I've got a Chicago Bears preseason game to go watch, which, believe it or not, I do watch preseason. This year I'm watching preseason because I'm really into it, but other than that, I'm just going to chill and just get to work on my stuff. I'll stitch some later, and I'll be working on all kinds of things. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm trying to think of anything else. Not really. I think we're good. Me home alone. Oh, home alone. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Happy stitching. Stay safe. And I'll see you soon.